But the really interesting comparison with Scriabin, perhaps, is Rachmaninov. The two composers were a sort of yin and yang. They were both child prodigies. They both grew up around the same time. As teenagers, they both had the same piano teacher. They both lived in very close proximity as students and as rivals. And the fascinating thing is the way that they developed. I think Scriabin was the senior partner as a young teenager with this incredible precocious talent. But my impression is that Rachmaninoff began to outstrip him, particularly as a pianist. As they grew older, their status was roughly equal, but their talent was very, very different. Scriabin had this curious post-Chopinesque mystical quality, whereas Rachmaninoff has this much more robust late Russian romanticism, filtered through a kind of contrapuntal character. Actually, people often don't talk about this, but I would say that Rachmaninoff is inherently a great contrapuntist, not in the sense that he writes fugues very much, but simply because the music is full of beautiful polyphonic lines. Scriabin, not so much. It's much more the vocabulary of somebody playing around with chromaticism and sonority. Maybe there's a weird sort of comparison to be made here with Wagner and Brahms. Not that either composer resemble those people, but I would say Wagner is this great and wonderful chromaticist, and therefore creates incredibly exciting, thrilling, new combinations, chord combinations. Brahms, well, it was the Second Viennese school who pointed out that Brahms is no less radical a harmonist. He's a really great harmonist, but it's all about tonal relationships and exploring fascinating ambiguities of tonality. The thing about Scriabin and Rachmaninoff, they're sort of equivalent in some ways. You look at the sonatas, Scriabin's pursuing this extraordinary, visionary journey through his sonatas, right through to the crazy 10th sonata, which I love. He called it a sonata in which insects seem to be manifesting out of the sun. You know, it's sometimes known as the insect sonata, and it's full of trills, these mysterious and wonderful visionary trills. A bit like Beethoven's last sonata also ends in a kind of halo of trills. And you get that sense with Scriabin that he's kind of flying too near the sun. He's like Icarus. He's not got long for this world. Rachmaninoff's very, very different, but the second sonata always strikes me as a piece I can hardly believe a human being wrote it. It's so fabulously extraordinary. I mean, there's something of the same thing with Scriabin's sonatas. I don't know how he composed them either. But these are wonderful, wonderful Russian composers, both of them. I find it weird that not that many people who love Scriabin love Rachmaninoff, or vice versa. I happen to be one of those rare people, but if I had to choose one, I might go for Rachmaninoff. I love him so much.